Alright, I'm just gonna skip formal introductions. I just want to apologize for partially me writing and hyping up a game that I thought would have a good release. But here we are. Now, before I ramble on, I wanted to state the fact that the game was just rushed. The game just got overwhelmed by the amount of attention it got, which is a fair excuse because the game and the devs themselves never really thought of a player base of 100,000 on release, which is absolutely insane. But still, even with the time where it wasn't hyped, everybody was waiting for it. Everybody was just patiently waiting. They should have just taken the time and never rushed it. They even stated this in their announcement. They rushed it, which is their fault. But still, I wouldn't undermine the amount of stress the devs were going through because of how many players were waiting for the game and the expectations getting higher and higher. That's partially also our fault because we were hyping it up and gassing it up. Even with this chaotic play of events, I could still believe in the devs and the community because they genuinely have passion and motivation to make this game good. They have a great concept. They have a lot of material they could pull from other games to make it even better. It just wasn't executed perfectly on release. So I am willing to wait. I'm pretty sure most people who like these type of games are willing to wait until they fix the bugs and they come out with a better result. So I want to see what happens in the future, but for now, I'm gonna ramble. I'm gonna yap. So here we go. Just don't scam us, please. Just don't rug pull. I spent $10 on this game. Don't rug pull. Right, here is the video. Why are we here? We shouldn't have been here. I promoted Anime Clash and talked about it like it was gonna be the next upcoming of Anime Adventures, and there was signs, promises, 100,000 people waiting in the AFK lobby just to get one unit and to get ahead of everybody else. That is insane. But come on, the release? Come on, bro. Of course, I saw bugs here and there, but I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. The devs promised us that they had the bugs unlocked. They locked in. I thought the devs said that we already had it fixed. We just haven't published it yet. But what happened? I'll tell you what happened. I have a list of what happened in the game, and I'll go over that in a minute but let me continue ranting. Alright, let me continue ranting. Now, I should have probably seen the signs when there was bugs left and right, like not being able to open the weekly quest or daily quest, not being able to do guilds, not being able to upgrade some units. I should have seen it coming, but I had hope in the devs. They said that they were gonna fix it before release. Now it's cooked. The game is absolutely cooked. So on release, there was around 130,000 people. Now look, there are 30 people in the game because it was shut down. It's locked for everybody. I bought the game passes. I supported the game. I supported it. And of course, I'll still trust the process in them fixing the game. But what in the hell happened? Why did it take so long for them to shut down the game? Why did it take so long for them to shut down the game? I spent over $10 to play the game normally. But we came out with a less unplayable state than Grand Kaizen. At least in Grand Kaizen, I was able to beat bandits, but here, I couldn't even load in. Now let me get into the bugs. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you about the bugs that I wrote down, or the things that I wrote down that they needed to fix. So first of all, there was a 24-hour banner, so the units swapped every 24 hours. That's nice. Wouldn't you just love spinning for Meliodas every single hour of those 24 hours and not getting any other units? Wouldn't you just love that? I do too. I love getting 7 Meliodases as my mythical. And then, in that same banner, there's no pity. Not even a legendary pity. Why is there no pity? Most tower defense games have pities. Even ALS, the newest tower defense game, besides Anime Clash, which isn't even a tower defense game, has a pity system, which gives every player the chance to actually enjoy the game without relying on RNG too much. Next thing, when you played the story mode, you got negative EXP. You know solo leveling, right? You know solo leveling. He was progressing. Instead of solo progressing, you got solo regressing. You went backwards. Why were you going backwards? Why did we get minus 50 EXP from the story mode that we just completed? Why? Okay, that's fine. We're solo leveling backwards. But in the story mode, The units kept freezing. Why did the units freeze? I don't know. Was Dio in my game time stopping? But we just couldn't do the story. And then of course, the only units that we can pull if you had bad luck, like Krillin, Ichigo, and Gon, those are runner unit classes, which are the ones that run on the actual field and attack. But why summon them all at the same time when they only chase one mob at a time? Why did they just chase one mob? Why were they so tunnel visioned on one mob? What did that one mob do to them? Okay, they chased this one freaking mob that's faster than them, meaning that it reached our base quicker and we lost the game. Why is that? Why is that? Why don't they spread apart? And the thing is, when you upgraded them, they would have over 50,000 range. Does that matter? No, because the range is bugging. But still, 50,000 range? That's a visual bug, you gotta fix that. And then when we had Love Yamamoto, an actual mythical that you could place down that stays in place, they would just get fondled, played around with, and died to a level 1 mob. A level 1 mob. A mythical dying to a level 1 mob. Think about it. We had power-ups to heal them, but they still died to a level 1 mob. And some other bugs or fixes that they should have fixed was fusing barely gave any levels. I fused like 20 units and it only gave 2 to 3 levels. And then for the banner, why is the mythic and the legendary 0.1% and 0.9%? Why isn't it like 1% and 3% at most, right? Wouldn't that be the chances normally? Because I feel like 0.1 for a mythic is quite low, right? Especially without a pity? And you don't even get that many gems from the codes or the quest. I believe in total you got like, what, 1,100 from the gems itself, which isn't even enough for a 10 times pull. A 10 times pull was 1,500. In the quest, they only gave like 20, 30, 40, 60 gems. That's not enough. Plus, early on, if you wanted to buy gems, you couldn't. It would just take your Robux and you wouldn't get it. But they fixed that, thank God. Another bug was when we were trying to load in the game, it just didn't work. We were just stuck in the loading server for 10 minutes straight, waiting for a single ounce of a sign of us loading in. But sometimes it just never happened. We would just, nah, I'd wait. Nah, I'd delay. Nah, I'd sit still. That's what was happening with us. There was also a glitch where only one person gets to vote to set the difficulty, so somebody could just vote hard and we'd be just set to hard mode, and then we just die instantly. There was another glitch with upgrading units where if you upgrade one runner unit, all of them got upgraded at the same time, which could be fine, but the thing is the upgrade saved even after they died. So if my Krillin died and he was max level, if I summon him again, he would summon back as max level, which was so strange. I thought you'd have to upgrade him again. And then of course there was not many sound effects when you played the game. You couldn't choose between daily or weekly in the quest. You couldn't make any guilds. You can't even mute the music in the lobby. I was mentally losing it. And they didn't have an epileptic seizure warning for the units in the game. I summoned 20 Ichigos with my friends. And my eyes, I tell you, my eyes, oh my god. I knew this was gonna happen too, knowing Atomic. My eyes hurt. They hurt. Also, the mobs died before the VFX even happened. There's currently no uses for golds except for guilds, but even though guilds don't even work. Sometimes you'd spawn in with 1,000 HP as the base. And then why would you only have 1 out of 1 HP as the base? Wouldn't it make more sense to have a set amount where the units would damage it? Or at least the units would attack your base? That'd be a cooler concept. And then units like Leafy wouldn't even load in. You couldn't even use them. There's also waves past wave 10. Ichigo would do more damage than my Yamamoto. The owner would pop up as the highest damaging or most valuable player in my server, even though he wasn't playing the game. And then they said the game was just a stress test, but it had an official trailer, it had an official release timer, and it had an official release code. And even in the announcements, they kept typing it as an actual release instead of a stress test. And then, finally, they had the balls to say happy clashing after all of the bugs that was happening. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Now, what I will say is, I will stick around for the process of them fixing it up. I will stick around to see what they changed after all of these bugs. But as of right now, this is the current events. This is what happened. And it should have never happened. A lot of people pointed out the bugs, but most of them just never got fixed. And as you can see, they will be going down for maintenance. They said it won't take too long to fix, so hopefully that's the real conclusion. And they said they'll be back. I really did hope the game would succeed, and it did at some point. But this was one of the fastest release fails. I just really hope that the game comes out playable next time. And you know what? This taught me to not take things at face value. I should have looked into the future. I should have seen this coming. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'm so disappointed, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.